What's going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of Steele Live. Great to see you guys. It's me, Real Deal Steele, coming to you live Friday night live. Great to see all of you this Friday evening. What is going on, folks? Got an interesting show lined up for you tonight for sure. But before we get down to it, poppers, if I could just ask you to hit that like button. That's the number one thing you can do to help the channel out. Just takes a moment of your time. If you could just hit that like button if you haven't already. Appreciate it. Also, if you are new here, I'd like to personally welcome you. You're watching Steele Live. I, of course, am the host. I would love to have you be a part of this community. I think we have the most exceptional community on all of the YouTubes. So I would love to have you be a part of it. So feel free to hit subscribe, hit all on that notification bell, and ascend with us to the moon, Mars, and beyond. Lastly, if you feel compelled to super chat anywhere throughout the duration of this broadcast, that's hugely appreciated for all the time and efforts put forth. Without any further ado, let us see who is up in the chat tonight. Who's active in the chat tonight? We got Hector the Dude. We got Robbie Gilchrist, the Dogecoin Dolphin. We've got 7-1, Mr. Lynn, Diamond Hands Freddy, Slay Blaze, Gone, Mama Crypto, yes, Keith Havens, welcome back, Hunter Wayne, Esteban, let's see, I think I already said Mama Crypto, right? Alan Schneider, of course. Welcome, Alan. Donna Tabuki, yes. Low Roller, Zombie Doge Army. Marie Potter, hello, Marie. Wylan Out. I think I covered everyone that's active in the chat right now, didn't I? RW, Johnny Crypto. C. Vidal, I like that. Yeah, and Josh Randell disavows Quad Galaxy. All right, guys, we have an all-star lineup in the chat tonight. I love it. We may not be the biggest, but we're the best. We're the best, I tell you. Donna Tabuki starting things off with a nice super chat. First super chat of the night for $10. Make you holler. Thank you so much. She says, Happy Friday back to you and your awesome family, Mrs. Tabuki. Always great to have you in the mix. We love you here. We love you. Who else? Holy cow. Living up to his name, the Dogecoin Dolphin, it is none other than the one, the only. That's what she said, joke pioneer, Robbie Gilchrist, ladies and gentlemen, coming in with some big Doge energy at 69 Canadian smackaroos. I love it. Thank you so much, Robbie, for literally helping to keep the lights on over here at Steele HQ. Thank you, Robbie. Appreciate you, man. Always great to have Robbie in the mix. Robbie's fun, man. Corey Eeg, good to see you as well. I just noticed you snuck in there. Anyway, thank you so much for starting things off with such a generous super chat, Robbie. Hugely appreciated. Robbie Gilchrist, you're the man, says Josh Randell. I would have to concur. With that. Trev, what is going on? Larry Ramirez. Oh, they're all coming in now. The all-star cast. The all-star cast coming in on a Friday night. Feeling all right, out of sight, despite despite what's going on in the market, and definitely have some things to talk about there. And I'm sure some of you have some concerns, so we are going to discuss those tonight for sure. Let me take a look at my notes and see what I have first up here. Well, this one comes courtesy of FX Empire, gang. FX Empire. Dutch lawmaker expects Dogecoin to rise. A former prominent lawmaker from the Netherlands is predicting that the value of Doge could rise very soon. Former member of Dutch House Representative Zini Osdale has expressed a very bullish view on the most popular meme coin, Doge. He said this: "I'm seeing a bull flag pattern, a continuation chart pattern that facilitates an extension of the uptrend. The price action consolidates within two parallel trend lines in the opposite direction of the uptrend before breaking out into a continued uptrend. To put it in simple terms, a bull flag pattern usually tends to precede an upward price movement of an asset after a period of price consolidation." The erstwhile Dutch lawmaker, say that a few times, the erstwhile Dutch lawmaker, went on to advise his followers to steer clear of many crypto investments if there is a hike in interest rates, while urging them to invest in blue chip stocks and his few crypto stocks. He also described, probably most controversially, so he's anticipating a Dogecoin rise, and a couple tweets later, this Dutch lawmaker described Bitcoin as an SHIT coin. Oh my gosh. To defend his position, he wrote that Bitcoin alongside of the stock exchange depend on what people... this is pretty crazy. This is pretty wild. I wouldn't go that far. But it is funny. It's funny news. You can definitely see why it made the news, right? Speaking of making the news, Robbie Gilchrist coming in just large and in charge like nobody's business for a second $69 to make you holler Canadian smackaroos up in the house. Thank you so much, Robbie Gilchrist, for keeping the lights on over here, keeping the internet paid, keeping the food on my plate. Thank you, Robbie Gilchrist. Really appreciate you, man. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Kama DeLuffy says, "When I grow up, I want to be like Robbie the dolphin." I should give Robbie my Doge wallet, says Donna. Let's see. What is going on? Angela Wallace changed her last name. What's up, Angela? Celeste is in the mix. So nice to see you, Celeste. Very good, very good, very good. Robbie is the official dolphin of all of Dogecoin. I mean, truly. I mean, obviously. Let me talk a little bit about the market before I get to all the other quirky stories I got on deck here. We are headed right down to 52,000, and probably will even dip a bit below that before the night is through, gang. I'm not going to lie. Now, many technical analysis kind of made the threshold for the problem zone with Bitcoin anything below 53,000, right? And for Dogecoin, anything below 19.5 cents. So right now, obviously, we're below that threshold with Bitcoin. As it relates to Dogecoin, however, let me look where we're at now. We're right above that, what's considered that threshold, right? We're sitting just above 19 cents. Well, we're actually sitting right about there. I watched it change before my very eyes. So we are down about 1 percentage point for the last hour, and we're down almost 9% over the last day. Now, this isn't unique to Dogecoin. The entire market has taken quite a significant tumble. Overall, believe it or not, we are still in bullish momentum when you zoom out. However, this is a bit troubling, and I'm not going to lie. But I will tell you what I think about this. Now, I've heard many technical analysis today suggest that, again, if Bitcoin dips below 53,000, that's a very strong signal for even deep diving way more before the entire market heads up in the future. I've heard even other analysis say that if Bitcoin dips below 53,000, that it's time to everyone to rethink their investment perspectives and strategies going forward. Here's where I sit with that. I don't draw that harsh of a line in the sand at that 53,000 point. Let me tell you what I think is the more probable scenario. And you know what's so funny is I told you guys this last night, didn't I? I told you guys this last night. I said I think we're going to dip even lower before seeing moderate bullish trends back a few days after that. So this is pretty much happening how I anticipated. That being, actually, this is a little bit lower of a dip than I anticipated, but I did anticipate a lower dip. That being said, I do think the highest probable scenario here is Bitcoin taking one last major dip before ascending again. When you look at the 4-year cycles from these exact dates, these exact times of year, 2013, 2017, and now 2021, they all did this around this time of year. They took a huge dip, or a very significant one, before rocketing and taking off again. Now, it's very common for market cycles to be fairly reliable on those 4-year cycles. So I haven't really seen anything to suggest that this won't be the case this time. I guess my perspective is a bit more optimistic than what I had been hearing out there, even below this 53,000 trend line that we are at right now. Yeah, we definitely fell below that 53K base of support, but I don't think it's the end of the world. I really don't, folks. I think that this is probably one last major market-wide dip before some very bullish ascension. Now, I can't tell you how long. I haven't seen enough data to draw conclusions on how long this dip is going to last. I don't know. Sometimes I can give you guys a pretty good ballpark. On this one, I just don't feel comfortable even spitballing that out there. But what I do feel comfortable telling you is I think this is one last significant dip, just full across the board before things really start ascending. So I don't have a very a panic, dire outlook in the near or long-term future as things are going right now. I really don't. Josh Randell disavows coming in with a $20 super chat. Thank you so much, Josh. Appreciate you so much, dude. Robbie Gilchrist is... You're really going to make me read this stuff out loud, Josh. You said Robbie Gilchrist is... I'm just going to say sexy and romantic. You can't beat that, folks. You guys can read the rest for yourself. You can read the extra detail for yourself there. But thank you so much, Josh. Really appreciate it, man. Appreciate that orange block on the screen. Appreciate it. Let's see what's going on in the chat. What you guys have to say? Keith says he agrees. What else? What do you guys think about all this? I'm taking a look. If the news keeps talking about the thing, I don't even feel comfortable saying that on this platform. The market will keep crashing. So, Siva Dell, I think you do stumble on something very valid there. I still do think that's probably the majority of what's going on here. Is the mainstream media is recreating a sort of panic with the thing due to this new variant. Because frankly, that's what sells. That's what keeps people glued in. That's what keeps people dialed in. It's kind of like the last vestige, the last sure shot strategy that the mainstream media has, where people will even watch and care about what they have to say, is through fear and through panic, right? Fear and panic will keep people dialed in, and that's why you even see like your local news affiliates will often do this as well. They'll do stuff like, is your child eating this at their hot lunch at school? It could be very detrimental to their health. Find out what that thing is at the end of the news hour, right? They always kind of string things along like this. So, I personally come from the opinion that this is a bit hyperbolic of what's going on here in relation to the new variant. And, all the case studies are showing overall that this new variant is perhaps more contagious, but much less severe. Much less severe. So overall, I think what we're looking at is the thing is kind of evolving into kind of more of just a lighter kind of flu thing for the majority of people. Let's see. But you know, guys, exactly it sells, so they will continue. Now, will it sell with the majority of crypto people engaged in the crypto market? Well, right now, it's certainly being manipulated accordingly to that story. But how long is that going to keep up? How long is that going to last? You can only beat a dead horse for so long before it stops working. A primary example of that is the strategy China's government has used in trying to flood the market. That worked like clockwork for a while, but it's working less and less now, and for shorter and shorter durations of time. So I tell you that to encourage you, right? I tell you that to encourage you because you can only fool people for so long before the intended flooding effects on the markets are going to start to wear off. Donna Tabuki coming in with a $10 super chat. Tony said, ask Steven if he's missing a shirt. She said she found one. I don't even, what is, am I missing a shirt? Is that her kind of making fun of me having buttons open? I'm not quite sure I don't know what's going on. But thank you for those $10 super chat. Thank you for those $10 super chat, Donna. Yeah, so I do think that's kind of the main thing that's going on here. I think without all this fear-mongering about the new variant, I think we'd be sitting in a much, much different place. So, let's see. All right, I think I expressed that. Now, check this story out, guys. I didn't see anyone else covering this, but this kind of broke out this morning, right? Courtney Love. You guys remember Courtney Love? That was, the girlfriend, I believe fiance of the late Kurt Cobain. She went on to do her own band, Hole. Go on, take everything. I think that was her biggest song. She had to actually enlist some co-writers before a slew of prominent co-writers before she could finish that album. I think Billy Corgan being the most prominent one. Anyway, she's started some beef with Elon Musk. This was reported by The Verge for one. Courtney Love says she has Elon Musk's private emails. This tweet had everything. Succession, Bernie Sanders, and billionaires' taxes. Courtney Love Cobain. That's what she's going by these days. Probably for marketing purposes. There's a single tweet wherein the queen of 90s grunge music scolded the Tesla CEO for his mean reply to the Vermont senator. According to Love, she was BCC'd, not BBC'd. Very notable difference there. On Musk's what she called straight male PayPal mafia email group. Okay, for months. With that information in mind, don't you think in a civilized society one should embrace paying their fair share of tax? She tweeted on Thursday. She attached a screen grab of Musk's November 14th reply to Sanders' tweet that asserted, "We must demand the extremely wealthy pay their fair share, period. Being one of those extremely wealthies, Musk apparently took umbrage. Well, he took umbrage because Bernie Sanders... This is the thing. I don't particularly care for The Verge, but they did cover this story where, most people didn't, which is why I'm even referring to it. But what they're leaving out of this article is there's a history of a few times now of Bernie Sanders specifically going after Elon Musk, specifically by name. Okay, so that's the context and when Elon responded to this tweet by Sanders on the 14th. Musk apparently took umbrage and replied to the 80-year-old senator, "I keep forgetting you're still alive. That didn't sit right with Courtney Love, apparently. Don't pick on Bernie. It's Kendall Roy, S-H-I-T." She instructed him, adding the name of the erstwhile #1 boy from the HBO drama Succession. Okay. Wow, that's super edgy. You're referencing some HBO series analogy. Like, no one cares. Like, okay. Kendall, you see, has tried to score points in the court of public opinion by calling many misdeeds of the family's company, especially the patriarch Logan Ryan. Oh, this is so stupid. Like, firstly, the bubble that these people are in, the bubble that these celebrities are in, they assume everyone else is obsessed with watching the same TV programs, the same media that they do. And more than ever, what we've seen, the trajectory of the last couple of years, people are getting less and less and less of an you-know-what. They don't care. That's why you guys are tuned in here tonight. It's Friday night, and I'm a guy in a one-bedroom apartment in the Midwest talking to you on an $80 microphone. And you're tuned into me. You're not watching the news on TV. You're not watching CBS or whatever is showing on network television right now. You're not watching frickin' Jimmy Fallon. You're here. You're here with me. You're watching me. This is the future. We're the future. They're sensing that. I know this is kind of a tangent, but just reading her, like, assumed kind of snotty, like, references in her reply to Elon just kind of, like, sparks that thought process in me. That's tangent. So then she goes on to say, Elon Musk, this is exactly what she said in her tweet, Courtney Love. Elon Musk, you know your straight male PayPal Mafia email group? I was on BCC for months on that thing with that information in mind. Don't you think in a civilized society one should embrace paying our fair share of tax? Don't pick on Bernie. It's Kendall Roy, S-H-I-T. I think this is a big nothing burger. I think she's sitting. I think the emails, the private emails that she's sitting on, I'm calling it right now, it's a big nothing burger. According to her super uptight sensibilities, perhaps there are some offensive things to her, but I guarantee to the average person, it's a nothing burger. And I can tell you kind of what clues me off to that. Her main criticism of that email group that she was looped in on, of Elon's, she describes it as a straight male PayPal mafia. As if that's your tea? That it's a group of straight men? That's your tea. That's your salacious headline, Courtney Love. Get out of here. Come on. You know what? I guarantee that Kurt Cobain would not be with this woman if he was alive today. He just would not. He would not. Anyway, let's see what you guys think in the chat. Donna, I like Kendall Roy. I'm sorry you like Kendall Roy. I don't know the show. I know that HBO is platforming that new atrocious Christmas movie with Sarah Silverman and Seth Rogen that's gotten completely ratioed. So you want to see this chart, guys? You want to see the chart? We took an enormous deep dive over the last 10 minutes. We are down 50,000, 50K right now. We are going down, baby. This is very, very significant, folks. We are seeing this now start to reverberate throughout the market. This is very significant. look, there is an exterior factor to this, which I do find concerning because it's not. This isn't your typical roller coaster dip because it's this external factor from the hyperbole of the media. In my opinion, I'm sorry if I'm getting a little too opinionated on this episode. It's hard for me to keep it real with you guys and discuss these factors, and not discuss these factors frankly as I see them. Okay, so Doge just dropped to about 18 cents, guys. Josh Randell disavows coming in with $10 super chat. Press 1 if Steven needs a Doge chest hat. Oh, man. I wouldn't be. I'm not even a tattoo guy at all, but I wouldn't be. I might consider that one. I would have to go to the best tattoo artist. I might consider that one. Maybe on the left side, like right here. Well, you guys, I like how you just take polls about me. I have no choice in the matter. I'll tell you something, folks. I'm just telling you what I would do. This is not financial advice. This is financial fried rice, as my friend Crypto Batman would say. If I had capital for investing right now, and I do not, I'm just not in the position right now. I'm stretched. I just don't have it. I gotta be frugal right now. But if I did have more investment capital right now, I would be snatching up Bitcoin like it was going out of style. I don't know if I'd pull the trigger immediately right now, but I might. I might see, as Ludacris once said about 5 or 6 years ago, how low can you go? How low can you go? How low can you go? Remember that one? I definitely saw a few cabooses work some magic to that one. Memories are made of this. So guys, we are right at about 50K. Can we go lower? In fact, I did say it was going to go lower right at the beginning of the show, didn't I? I said, look for this thing to drop at about 50K, maybe a little bit below it. I just said that 15 minutes ago. Crazy. So, if I did have the capital, I would be looking to seriously bulk up on Bitcoin right now. The only reason why I don't recommend Dogecoin is because Dogecoin is already my #1 position. So I'm good. I'm good on that. But I would be looking to. I think this is an ideal frame. Pretty close to ideal frame to pick up some Bitcoin. What are these numbers that are going on in the chat? Let me see. What are we voting on now? Press 2 if Steven left his shirt at Tony's. Don't get me in trouble now. Oh. No comment. And then, of course, proceeding, a lot of 69s in the chat. I'm just going to have a little bit of ginger tea. That's all I'm going to say. More people coming to the chat trying to find out what's going on here. If you're new to the channel, you're watching Steven Steele Live. I'm Steven Steele. We are covering essentially what is equating to another flash crash here, except this time more significant even than the one we experienced about a week ago. And we keep dropping right now. I'm not sure where it's going to end up. Folks, I wouldn't be surprised if we kept dropping, if we saw Bitcoin get to the likes of 48,000 even by dawn. I think it's within the realm of possibility. Now, I think this is a Joe Greenfield. Good to see you in the mix, by the way. Jay Codina, welcome. Welcome, guys. Welcome. So, let me change the title of this video in light of recent circumstances with the market here. Just give me a second, guys. I'm just retitling, just augmenting the video title just Just a little bit. There we go. Let me refresh the page and see what you guys are talking about. Yeah, so that being said, I wouldn't be surprised if we even saw Bitcoin get somewhere around 48,000. I think the bottom, I don't see any, I really don't see this thing, I really don't see Bitcoin going any lower than 47, but it could get to around there, but I don't see it going any lower than that. Now, you got to keep in mind, guys, let me put a little pep in your step now. Let me give you a little bit of encouragement. Every time this happens, there are massive conglomerates, powers that be, corporation, independently wealthy people that are accumulating the top cryptos en masse, and I guarantee it's happening right now with Bitcoin. I guarantee it's happening in spades right now in Bitcoin, and that will shake out to other cryptocurrencies taking big dips right now in the top 15. I say this because this sort of thing should give you guys some solace. Why are people much more powerful, connected, and wealthy than all of us put together here? Why do they buy the dips so significantly whenever this happens? You know, these are people, in part why they're in part where they are is because they know what good investments are. They can see the writing on the wall, usually better than the average bear. No pun intended. So that's part of what's going on too. Guys, if you haven't hit that like button, if you could just take a moment to do that, really appreciate it. Really appreciate it. It's the number one thing you can do to help a channel like this out. Takes a split second of your time, doesn't cost you a dime. So thank you. Just please smash the like button if you haven't already. Because they know better. That's what someone said in the chat. Slayblaze, because they know better. Precisely. It's because they know better. And they're counting on the everyday retail investors to get shaken out. And right now, a lot of people are getting shaken out, folks. Listen, everyone's got a different financial situation. Far be it for me to judge what people need to do when the chips are down. I know what I'm doing. I'm holding. I'm holding through and through. I'm not going to get shaken out at all. You stay calm under pressure. Staying calm under pressure is one of the key ingredients to success, not just in markets, but in life in general. And that's what we got to do. We got to stay calm under pressure. Right now, we are under pressure. Things are going down more significantly than most people anticipated, including Doge. Right now, we are headed down to 49,000, guys. 49,000. Just wild stuff. So I'm going to, let's see here. Okay, I think I got everything caught up where it needs to be. Yeah, we are in a full-on flash crash right now. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. No way to sugarcoat this, folks. But I don't think it's going to last. I do think, like I said, I do think the much more likely scenario, much more probable scenario, is this being the last biggest final dip shakeout before we start to see some real bullish legs in this market, starting with Bitcoin on down. Another bit of advice I sometimes give for people when they're panicking about their portfolio. Is sometimes it's best just not to look at it. Sometimes it's best not to look at what your portfolio is worth in totality because it can seem pretty dismal, right? Sometimes it's best just to just not obsess over it, not pay too close attention to it, and revisit it when things have recovered. Honestly. Someone's asking for a Doge chart. Sure, we could do that. That's fine. So Doge also just, I know this is alarming to look at, folks, but this is mimicking the exact movement of Bitcoin right now, of Ethereum right now, they are all crashing similarly. Bitcoin or Dogecoin now just under 17 cents. Look, if you're in a place for accumulation where you've got the capital, now might be an ideal accumulation period for you. Okay, you just have to make sure that you're financially secure enough to make a move like that. But that being said, this might be an ideal time to do that. I know a lot of technical analysis have been saying that if Bitcoin fell below 53,000, 52,000, this would trigger something a lot more severe in terms of a bearish direction, and we could see things significantly dive down much further. I'm not sold on that perspective. Everything that I've been looking at, particularly with the Fibonacci retracement patterns, things of that nature, like I said, I think it's a much higher probability that we're seeing one last final deep dive shakeout, followed by a pretty significant ascendance. Now, I can't tell you how long this dive will last. I don't know. I don't have enough information or data to speculate comfortably on how long this will last, folks. Many times I do, but right now I do not. But what I can tell you pretty securely, and as far as I see it, in my opinion, I think this is one last major shakedown before we're going to see it ascending. The wild card factor here that I find most concerning about all this, however, is how much is this latest news of this newest variant being propagated and talked so much about in the mainstream media. How much of that is playing a factor on what we're seeing right now? I would submit to you that it's fairly significant. Now, if we look back at the market trends right when this whole thing started with the original, I don't even want to say it, but we all know what we're talking about, because the terms of service on these platforms are very strict, right? We did see some pretty bearish times, followed by very bullish times. I would suggest to you, and I think I gave the perfect analogy earlier, I think this is going to wear off. I think the mainstream media can only milk the news of this latest variant for so long. I don't think people's fear regarding it's going to last nearly as long as it did the first time around, for a number of reasons. And I think that's going to also reflect in the market. And I say this as encouragement, frankly, as a word of encouragement towards you guys. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not telling you what you have to do. Only you know what's best for you and your personal finances and financial situation. What I'm telling you right now, I'm not getting shaken out. I'm not selling off any of my positions. Is it uncomfortable? Sure it's uncomfortable. But that would look, every chapter in your life wherein it results in the most successful things that you've accomplished in your life, it always involves doing something uncomfortable. That's what separates success from failure. Okay? Doing uncomfortable things, going through uncomfortable things, is almost always goes hand in hand with progress and success in your life, folks. And this isn't just about markets. This is how it is across the board. So right now we are going through something uncomfortable. A lot of people are going to get shaken out, and many people aren't. It just is how it is. Now, when you look at the overwhelming amount of millionaires and multimillionaires and even billionaires that have been made through cryptocurrency, it has overwhelmingly happened through people who've picked good, solid projects of high utility and strong communities and development behind it. And they've held for a long time. And by a long time, I don't mean 6 months. I don't mean 1 year. I don't even mean 2 years. I'm talking about several years. And it's one of the reasons why I try to go live almost every night. To give you folks a community, to give you guys some entertainment, because this is a long ride for me. I'm a long-term holder. I don't know about y'all, but I'm in this for life-changing gains. I'm in this for wife-changing gains, okay? And this is where we separate the wheat from the chaff, the men from the boys, the girls from the women, whatever you want, whatever analogy you want to draw there. But the people that make those sort of gains are the people that are holders for several years at a time in solid projects. The only thing is you better make sure you're invested in solid projects. Or at least that the majority of your portfolio is in solid projects. Guys, notice a lot more folks coming to the chat. You're watching Steven Steele Live. My name is Steven Steele. If you're new here, I'd like to invite you to subscribe. Hit all on that notification bell. I think, honestly, we may not be the biggest, but we've got the best community in all of crypto-centric YouTube. And I know I'm maybe a bit biased, but seriously, we've got great folks here. We're quirky. We're a little weird. You got to be cool with that if you subscribe. But feel free to subscribe, hit all on that notification bell, and join us. I stream live almost every single night, usually more on the late night scene. People are wondering what's going on. Yeah, see, new people are coming in, panicking, etc., etc. Cuban Trucker, welcome. Swift Pilot, welcome. Alex C, welcome. Celeste says, went shopping, big smiley face. Celeste doesn't seem bummed out at all. Diamond Hands Freddy expressing what I did earlier. I wish I had more money. I'm such a pleb. I hear you. I'm right there with you. I'm still pleb status myself. But honestly, folks, if I had more investment capital right now, I would be piling all in on Bitcoin. I really would. Ricky, Steven, you're the real MVP. Thank you so much, man. Appreciate it. Yeah, everything's down across the board, anywhere between 15 and 21% I'm seeing right now. So very, very significant downturns. As of right now, I can officially call this a full-on flash crash. Now it's just a matter of if it's going to turn into something more significant than that. But by very definition and everything I'm seeing across the board, this is a very significant flash crash that we are in right now, ladies and gentlemen. Let me do a little bit of a market rounder and see where we're at, see where things are kind of looking across the board from Bitcoin on down. Of course, Bitcoin right now is trading at 48,500. It is down 14% over the last 24 hours. One of the most significant downturns we have ever seen in Bitcoin, particularly in the recent history-wise. This is very significant what's going on in the market right now. For Bitcoin to be down this majorly is incredibly significant. I don't need to tell you guys that Bitcoin is far and away the largest cryptocurrency by market cap out there. So for Bitcoin to be down 15% in one day is heavy, major stuff. Right now, again, Bitcoin even dropping lower, right at $47,300. It keeps dropping, now 16% down, ladies and gentlemen. 16% down Bitcoin is, my goodness. Now, Dogecoin right now just dipped below 16 cents, down 24% over the last 24 hours, down you guys, we are down 18% just over the last hour for Dogecoin. This is an emergency flash crash that we haven't seen in quite some time. Could we be repeating a crash to the likes and scope and scale of 2017? I hope not, folks. I hope not. Is it possible? It's certainly possible. I wouldn't say that's the more likely scenario, though. I wouldn't say that's the most likely scenario. And I will talk to you about why I think that momentarily. Now, Dogecoin down almost 20%. 20% now over the last hour. And we keep dropping, folks. Dogecoin headed to 15.5 cents, going down to 15 cents, keeps dropping down. Bitcoin keeps dropping down to almost 17%. Ethereum way down, 8% over the last hour, 16% down for Ethereum over the last 24 hours. Right now trading just under 3,800. Just under 3,800. XRP down 27% in the last day. 27% down XRP in the last day. Over the last hour, XRP diving, just like Bitcoin, just like Dogecoin, down 20% within the last hour. Dogecoin is down 20% in the last hour. In fact, when I put the charting of between XRP and Dogecoin, they almost look exactly identical in terms of the timeline on which these dives are happening. It's quite remarkable, ladies and gentlemen. It is quite remarkable. Solana also down 10% just over the last 20 minutes, down 22% for the day, trading at 180. Lunatera even down 22% right now over the last day, 10% over the last hour. So what we're seeing all cryptos across the board pretty much down at a minimum of 8% to up to 30% just over the last 30 minutes, guys. This is an incredible sight to behold. We are watching something pretty extraordinary. It's kind of like it's kind of like being in the eye of a storm, right? It's kind of like being storm watchers. I feel like that's what we are right now. We've got this huge tornado going. And just know that we are we are physically safe. We're physically safe, but we are just observing this storm together. It's quite remarkable. Beto says 12 cents is support. Let's hope we hold. I think that we will, guys. I think that we will. Yeah, guys, I understand. There are a couple different things that play right now as well. Guys, I don't want to get too conspiratorial, but to a certain degree, this is, I believe, by design, a kind of a collusion between the powers that be, our political class, and our media and our mainstream media. This is kind of a collusion effort. I had a show about this last week where I was talking about how many of the proponents in the mainstream media who are always trying to FUD the crypto market are actually deeply invested in crypto themselves, and I listed a pretty long list of names there. That's something to definitely keep in mind as we go through this right now. And I also think it's very interesting how Warren Buffett. Let me pull that story up right now, because that was one of the things I was going to get to in this show, and I don't think this is an accident, guys. So Charlie Munger just said this morning he wishes cryptocurrencies had never been invented, and admires China for banning them. Now that is one of Warren Buffett's right-hand men. Okay, for those of you who don't know, Charlie Munger is the vice chairman of Berkshire Hathaway, which is a major hedge fund group. Go figure. And so that is also playing in here. We have many of the elites right now, in my opinion, are kind of coordinating a FUD effort on the market. Well, the mainstream media has really whipped up people and quite a bit of hysteria over this latest variant. I think it's all kind of coming together to deliver the results like we are seeing right now, hoping to shake most retail investors out. It's like I said, I'm not in your shoes. I hold no judgment against people who have to sell if they are in very financially compromised positions. You got to keep the bills paid. You got to keep food in your mouth or your kids' mouths, whatever. But if you're not in that position, all I can tell you is what I'm doing. I'm holding 100%. In fact, the only regret that I have right now, folks, is that I don't have more investment capital to pick up some more Bitcoin, to pick up some more Dogecoin. I'm going to go back to the Bitcoin chart here. We'll toggle back and forth, guys. Just don't worry. We'll go back and forth. So Bitcoin right now dropping nearly to 45,000 even. Massive drop off. Let me take a look and do some other readings of some other coins in the market, see what they're at, what's going on. ADA Cardano down 16%, 25% over the last 24 hours. AVAX is down 25% over the last 24 hours, 19% over the last hour. Shiba Inu, also down 19% over the last hour, 24% over the last 24 hours. Sandbox down 32%. 32% over the last 24 hours, 22% over the last hour. VeChain down 27% over the last hour, 34% over the last 24 hours. Ethereum Classic down 33% over the last, 35% over the last day, 29% over the last hour. This is nothing short of completely massive drop, folks. Just extraordinary. I'm not getting shaken out, folks. I think personally, all I can tell you is what my opinion is. I'm not a financial advisor, but I do think that this is by design. I think this is by design, and you can bet your bottom dollar that there are people much more powerful and much more connected and wealthy than all of us put together here that are buying these dips like crazy. Like I said, my only regret is that I don't have more capital to invest in this massive dip. Guys, if I could ask you to hit that like button, it's the number one thing you can do to help the channel out. So if you haven't done that, it just takes a split second of your time. Really appreciate it. So please take a moment to hit that like button if you haven't already. If you're new here, you're watching Steven Steele Live. I'm your host, Steven Steele. Some folks around here call me Real Deal Steven Steele. So feel free to subscribe, hit all that notification bell, because honestly, we've got an awesome community here. I stream almost every night, bring in the heat, and I'd love to have you be a part of this community. So hit subscribe and make some new friends here, because we've got some awesome people here. Trev says, I keep selling Ethereum for more Doge and BTC. Yeah, I mean that's a strategy. The whole market is almost down 19% as of right now on average, folks. On average. So Keith is definitely saying he is buying the dip for sure. Someone else says hold the line. Oh my gosh. And Diamond Hands Freddy's girlfriend is buying the dip around, are we at around 13 cents now on Doge? Let me see what's going on, guys. No, we're not that bad yet. Doge is trading, holding, it seems to be leveling off now, holding as of now anyway, right above the 15-cent mark, down 21% over the last hour. Believe it or not, there are many cryptocurrencies in the top 20 that are doing worse than Dogecoin has done over the last hour. Let me try to put some things in perspective for you, because I do know that my audience attracts a lot of hardcore Dogecoin holders and enthusiasts. So here are some coins. let me try to put a positive spin on this, folks. Here are some coins currently doing worse than Dogecoin. XRP is doing worse than Dogecoin. Polkadot's doing worse than Dogecoin. Chainlink's doing worse than Dogecoin. Matic is doing worse than Dogecoin. Uniswap is doing worse than Dogecoin. DYDX is. Bitcoin Cash is doing worse. Algorand is doing worse. Filecoin. Phantom. HBAR. Feel better yet? Thank you so much for the super chat. Josh Randell disavows coming in with a $10 make you holler. Relax, friends. Love and hugs. Definitely some Zen vibes coming in with Josh Randell on $10 super chat. Thank you so much. The super chats are super appreciated. Literally keeps the lights on over here, and it's what enables me to allow me to even spend as much time as I do on all this stuff. So thank you so much for that. Yeah, Litecoin is doing really, really horrible. Let's see here. Let's see what's going on in the chat. Someone asks, "Is this China?" No, not particularly. I don't think this is a China thing. I think this is a mix of what's going on in Washington D.C., what's going on in our mainstream news, and what's going on with some of the elites. Keep in mind, we had the vice president and right-hand man to Warren Buffett just today say he wished cryptocurrency never existed and praised the Chinese government for banning cryptocurrency. So these are the kinds of people we were up against. Now, it's not very difficult to figure out when you look at folks like, it's a shame because I do think Warren Buffett's a brilliant man, and I've often quoted him here on the show, but when it comes to cryptocurrency, I think these guys, I just think their primal instincts come out, and they're going to FUD anything that's going to eat into their personal bottom lines, folks. And cryptocurrency does just that. And they're seeing this ascendance of digital currency in the new world, and it directly takes a chunk out of everything that they've built and the way they've done things. But in my opinion, it's very selfish of these men to have this kind of perspective. These are billionaires. These are billionaires in their 80s, and they want to ensure that we, us average retail investors, don't get the same legs up that they got, because we're doing it a little bit different way in a newer market that's in competition to their investments. I think it's very selfish, in my opinion. I do not hold either of those gentlemen in very high regard. Let's see here. Welcome, Jack. Welcome, Alex. Welcome, KP, Rodrigo, Richard, Sarah. Welcome, folks. Welcome, folks. So we're just kind of all monitoring this flash crash together, trying to make some sense of it. I'm doing the best of it as I can, bringing it to you the best way I know how, anyway. I do think we are in a multifaceted situation between the aforementioned that I was talking about. I think that's what's led to this. I'm sorry about that, guys. I don't know why that chart keeps getting stuck. I will refresh it. So now Bitcoin falling below 47,000. Now 46, guys. 46.64. This crash is not relenting. We keep going down here across the board, and it is having an immediate effect on the rest of the market. Starting at the top, Doge now headed towards an even 15 cents, but actually still holding its own. Doge actually has been trading more sideways over the last 20 minutes. It's been hanging in there. As of now, it's been hanging in there better than many others. So we will see where Doge goes from here, folks. But if you've been waiting for that big sale, this is it, folks. This is a major sale. Lunaterra actually holding up fairly okay comparatively, down about 8% over the last hour, but trading sideways, showing some stability with a few different currencies now, which is a good sign. I'm not saying we're out of the woods by any means, but it is a good sign when we can see at least a couple of the top 20 cryptocurrencies start to trade sideways here for 10-15 minutes at a time. Hopefully that continues and things start to calm down, start to stabilize here. But I will keep you dialed in. I'm not going anywhere, folks. We're going to broadcast live. I'm going to continue to cover this massive crypto crash as we proceed into the twilight hours. Guys, if you're new here, you're watching Steven Steele live. My name is Steven Steele. Welcome aboard. We've got an awesome community here. Would love to have you be a part of it. So feel free to hit subscribe and that notification bell as well. Bitcoin continuing to dive here. Give me a moment. I'm just going to tweet this stream out, let people know that I'm out here I'm out here, folks, covering what's going on. This market keeps falling, and that was my original title in my artwork. A bit prophetic, a bit prophetic, if I might say so myself. So I'm just going to tweet this out, covering the market crash live. All right, folks. So Bitcoin bottomed out at 42. Someone said, yeah, Bitcoin not stabilizing, not showing any signs of stability. Oh, here we go. Some green weenies coming back up again, folks. Green weenies coming back up again. Let me just open a new tab here. Just forgive me just a moment, folks. There we go. Yeah, so now we're seeing Bitcoin starting to turn around. Check this out. We are on a 5-minute chart. We're going to zoom in here. Some very welcome green candles coming here. Could this be the turnaround that we have been waiting for? Folks, I would suggest to you, gosh, I wish I had capital right now. I wish I had investment capital. I would be going all in on Bitcoin right freaking now. I think this is the window. I think this is the time, guys. Because I think we're starting to recover from the worst of it. I don't want to speak too soon because this, things could keep retracing and going, keep correcting and going down. But as of right now, I am seeing a glimmer of hope of some stability. Now I'm looking at about 4 or 5 different cryptos on the top 20 that are also showing some stability, trading sideways. Dogecoin being one of those. And let me take a look at what the rest of these coins are doing right now, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, the stock market is being hit as well, but not quite as significantly. Yeah, Dogecoin has been trading sideways, guys, holding its own at a base of support around 15.5 cents. 15.5 cents. It has not moved in the last half hour. So I think Dogecoin found its bottom there. Ethereum continues to drop a little bit. It's trading at about 3,800, a little below 3,800. Solana stabilizing. XRP starting to come up. Many others are still way down. But what I can tell you is Bitcoin is starting to show some turnaround times here, guys. We just need to see if it keeps ascending and see if these green candles can keep giving life and keep showing a rebound here, guys. So we'll just have to see where it goes. But I am seeing signs of stability to this flash crash as it stands now. Will that keep up? Remains to be seen. But right now, I am showing the first signs of stability in this flash crash. Celeste says, okay, you can pump it now. I just bought. Super duper Hank, what's going on, man? Hector the Dude says, I just bought Doge. I just bought Doge. A Friday night. Feeling right. Oh, yes. All your stream crashed on my TV. I'm sorry to hear that. Abstractus Artemis, welcome to the fold. Welcome to the fold. Guys, please, if you haven't hit that like button, hit that like button. It's the number one thing you can do to help this channel out. Thank you. Yeah, so things are perhaps starting to turn around here. We'll see where it takes us, guys. Yeah, some more retracement here. There seems to be a new level of resistance right at around 47,000. We are seeing retracement already again, pulling Bitcoin down right under 47,000. Folks, I think we are at a pivotal point. Right now, I'm showing the most pivotal point right around 47,000. If Bitcoin can continue to fight back, keep a baseline of support around 47,000, I think that will speak very well to the beginning of the end of this flash crash. However, if Bitcoin keeps losing ground, keeps pulling itself under 47, closer to 46, and God forbid, lower than that, I think we could be in for something even more significantly lower. So we'll just have to continue to monitor the situation to see which way this trajectory is going to go, folks. But right now, I'm seeing a lot of buy orders come in, looking very bullish in that regard. I think we're going to see that reflected on the chart with some green weenies shortly. So definitely a lot of people buying the dip right now. That much I can tell you. That much I can tell you. Eduardo is buying the dip. Mama Crypto says BRB. BRB. So yeah, are we holding? Will Bitcoin continue to hold around that 47K base of support? Right now we're just a little bit below it, a little bit below it. There we go. We just blew past it. We just blew past it. Now at 47,200. Great news. More green candles popping up. I told you I saw a bunch of buy orders come in, and so there we go. There we go. Good to see. Good to see. Dogecoin holding a solid line of support, still at 15.5 cents. 15.5 cents. It's been doing that for a little bit over a half hour now. Starting to actually slowly come up towards 16 cents. I got about 4 different charts open here right now, folks. So I'm just kind of multitasking. I'm going to bring in the live ticker. It's more simplistic, but with a live ticker off of Robinhood for a little bit here. And we'll toggle back and forth between that and more detailed charting. Just give me a moment. Just going to kind of swap that out. We're going to kind of swap that out, folks. Here we go. Bitcoin, let me readjust this. There we go. So as you can see, Bitcoin, major flash crash right here. Now we're seeing signs of life and recovery here. Currently trading just a little bit over 47. A lot of buy-sell orders coming in. Lots of people buying the dip, which is encouraging. Again, this is kind of a pivotal point for the entire market. Rests around this threshold of resistance right at about high 46, low 47. So if we can hold the baseline of support there, I think the market is going to be in slow recovery mode out of this mess, but we shall see as the night transpires. Folks, just get comfortable. I'm not going anywhere. I am covering this flash crash with you. And if you're new here, I'd like to personally welcome you. You're watching Steven Steele Live. I'm Steven Steele, covering this flash crash with you guys. We're going through this storm together, and we will navigate it together. Thank you, Josh Rendell, for the $5 super chat. Scoop some Doge, held it close. Swear it's going to be all right. Swear it's going to be all right. Well, you know, when you go through these things together, there's always learning experiences. There's always something to be learned from it. I think the main thing that can be learned from a situation like this is how strong is your resolve? You know what I mean? This is an uncomfortable moment, isn't it? It's spurring some anxiety with you folks. I know it is. I can feel the tension. But you know what? Every moment in my life that was most consequential in terms of the chapters of success that I've accomplished in my life was also shrouded and embattled in uncomfortable situations. It's very difficult to achieve success without going through uncomfortable things. If it wasn't like that, everybody would be successful. I kind of view this flash crash they're going through right now in a similar fashion. It's nothing the market hasn't seen before. Those of you who are in chat or watching who've been in cryptocurrency longer than 3 or 4 years, you know this very well. People think this is bad. It's still nothing compared to what the market went through in 2017. In fact, many millionaires were made in the crash of 2017. people that bought during that major fallout, and consequently today are sitting very comfortably, right? And that took 4 years, right? That took 4 years, 4.5 years, frankly. So kind of one thing people, newer investors, can get caught up in terms of not understanding is cryptocurrency isn't a get-rich-quick scheme. Now, we do hear stories about it, particularly among the more high-risk, high-reward market, the pancake swap, red light district, whatever you want to call it. And that does happen. I'm happy for those people. But in terms of high-utility coins, now don't get me wrong, it's still much more dynamic, but it's still also much more volatile than the stock market. That being said, in terms of creating life-changing gains, this is a long play, guys. This is a long play. Most crypto channels, they will talk a lot about shorting and day trading strategies and things of that nature, and some people do quite well in that regard. But for me, I feel like my personal responsibility, knowing the majority of people that consume my content, I don't think that's the responsible thing to do. Unless you're very seasoned in the ways of day trading and day trading strategies, you're probably going to get wrecked. You're going to end up in that L column a lot more than the win column. So I feel like one of the roles that I have here on my channel is to help foster an environment and enough knowledge to give my viewers a much higher probability of ending up in the W column. Another thing that's important to keep in mind is there are no winners without losers in the market. These sayings that have become so popular in crypto circles, we're all going to make it, this sort of thing, it's nonsense. We're not all going to make it. You can't have winners without losers. That's the cold, hard reality. Now, what are you going to do to significantly increase your odds of ending up in the win column? Well, it usually requires a lot of patience. Now, if you're investing in high-risk, high-reward cryptos, you're on your own there. And don't get me wrong, I do that with a small part of my portfolio, but it's a small part. But other than that, if you're invested in ADA, if you're invested in XRP, if you're invested in Bitcoin, if you're invested in Dogecoin, if you're invested in Ethereum, if you're invested in VeChain, etc., top high-utility coins, these are long plays, guys. These are long plays if you want those tasty results. Just my opinion. Louis Doge Millie coming in with a $2 super chat. Appreciate that, Louis. Thanks, Steven. Information is power. Doge for life. Appreciate you. Appreciate the super chats, guys. It enables me to do what I do as much as I do, or else I wouldn't be able to do this. Esteban, I love you, Steven Steele. Love you back. Thank you. Someone said Bitcoin is going to zero. Oh. Okay. Everyone's selling to buy Upcoin. Yeah, maybe. Maybe, folks, maybe. But I wouldn't discount the influence that Warren Buffett and his right-hand man have been fudding about the market. We have seen concrete examples in the past where various high-profile business people and politicians have disparaged the market to very real market consequences. The good news is, whenever that's happened, it's only taken place over the course of having negative results over the course of 24 to 72 hours max. We've been seeing that with various folks in Washington, D.C., Hillary Clinton, the head of the SEC, etc. It usually does have an effect, a very real negative effect in the market, but it doesn't last too long. Josh Rendell disavows coming in with, ignore the fear, friends. Ignore the fear. Yes. Thank you, Josh. Appreciate you, man. Thank you so much. Guys, if I could ask you, please, if you could hit that like button, really appreciate it. Just takes a split second of your time. Doesn't cost you a dime. And honestly, the biggest thing you can do to help this channel out. So if you haven't hit the like button, if I could just ask that one thing of you, really appreciate it. here we are. Bitcoin actually showing a lot of resilience right now, hanging in there right at around the 47,000. Got the live ticker on. And I'm also got a few other more detailed charts here on my end. I'm seeing a lot of buy orders come in right now for Bitcoin. I do expect another green candle to come back in. But right now, Bitcoin is trading comfortably over 47. I think it's getting safe to say that we have found a floor with Bitcoin around 47,000 right now. I think it'd be more unlikely for Bitcoin to take any more significant dives beyond 47. Could we still see it tonight? It absolutely could, but I'd put it a bit more on the lower probability scale at this point. Let me see what the rest of the market is doing right now. So Dogecoin is actually going up, headed towards 16 cents. Ethereum right now headed towards a little bit, slightly better, up a quarter of a percentage, trading a little bit over 3,800 at this point. Solana starting to make a recovery, up to 190. It was down to 180 a short time ago. Lunaterra starting to make a slow recovery as well. AVAX. AVAX starting to make a slow recovery as well. I think that we're starting to hit slow recovery across the board from what I'm seeing. Will it keep up? And the words of Vanilla Ice, yo, I don't know. I once met Vanilla Ice at about 4 in the morning at a 24-hour diner in my city. And it was about it was like 5 in the morning. And I was sitting at the counter. And my dog here is wanting some attention. Come here, Remy. Want a treat? Come here. Guys, this is Remy. We're going to give her a treat. Come on, Remy. Like to tease her a little bit. And then they run away right when you give them the treat because they like we actually want their treats, right? So yeah, I met Vanilla Ice at a diner, at a 24-hour diner. He was at the diner waiting for a to-go order for him and his crew. And on the other side of me was a U.S. senator, that always got his breakfast there at that place, same place, often in the morning. He's no longer, I don't think he's any longer with us. It's Representative Herb Cole. And I said, good morning, Mr. Cole. He was always very grumpy. He never liked to speak to anybody. Frankly, I kind of get it. He's probably like, hey, this is my morning time. Everyone's always trying to get at me. Just let me have my breakfast in peace. Like, I get it. So I said, Senator Herb Cole, I said, have you ever heard of Vanilla Ice? And he said, yeah, like that. I said, that's Vanilla Ice, the other side of me. I said, Vanilla Ice, meet Senator Herb Cole. And I made these two guys shake hands. So I made a U.S. sitting senator shake hands with Vanilla Ice at 5 in the morning at a 24-hour diner. That's bridging the gaps, folks. That's bridging the gaps. Don't panic, buy organic. Guys, here we go. Dogecoin ascending its way back up to 48,000, looking like more and more of a recovery here. Just wild. Sometimes that's what we got to do. Someone said, yo, collaborate and listen. Sometimes we just got to collaborate and listen. Ice, what's so groundbreaking about Vanilla Ice, he was back with a brand new edition. The thing about Vanilla Ice is he always engaged in like the reality TV shows of like Where Are They Now kind of stars. And he always seemed to lack a certain degree of self-awareness to make him more of an endearing character. He's always still this day, he's always trying to be just super hard. I'm like, bro, like, are you going to go to your grave trying to be super hard, being known as, you're Vanilla Ice, man. Just be Vanilla Ice. It's okay. Vanilla Ice also did the theme song for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the movie. Go Ninja, go Ninja, go. Go Ninja, go Ninja, go. Go, 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 go. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. Speaking of 90s rap stars with bizarre theme songs for movies, we just talked about this the other night. Tone Loc. Anyone remember Tone Loc? Wild Thing, Funky Comedina. He did the theme song for Ace Ventura. Most people don't know that. It's in the outro. It's called Aces in the House. And it goes Aces in the House. It repeats that a lot of times. Anyway, guys, so we are looking like we are in somewhat of a recovery here. Things looking pretty good. Lots of people buying the dips right now. I'm definitely seeing more buys than sells at this point. I don't think it's going to be too much longer before we see ourselves at 48,000 on the BTC. Are you down with BTC? Yeah, you know me. Are you down with the DOGE? Yes, you know me. Are you down with the ETC? I'm not down with the ETC. Not because I don't like it. I just don't own any Ethereum Classic. Sometimes when I don't own things, people are like, why don't you own that? That's a great project. I'm like, yo, just chillax. I can't buy everything that I want. You can't always get what you want. You know? So even though I'm not invested in some projects, it doesn't mean I don't like your project. It just means I don't have the money to invest in everything I want to. Some people are talking about Crow in the chat. Crow, look, as far as DeFi-esque projects go, I think Crow's got a lot of room there to keep growing and to keep giving good returns and margins. I also think AVAX is poised to do AVAX specifically is still poised to do massive things. Let's see what the Doge is doing, folks. So Doge right now is trading at $16. I wish $16. 16 cents, about $16.25. So we are showing some stability now. We are showing some slight turnaround in the market. We still got a long ways to go before we're back up pre-flash crash style, but we are showing stability now. It got a little scary for a bit there. It looked like, hey, is Bitcoin going to 40K tonight? Because it kept dropping very dramatically. The chart you see now, the simplistic ticker chart, is starting over because it is midnight in my neck of the woods. So that's what you're seeing there. Let me go to, that's the 24-hour cycle. Let me just click over to live here. There we have it. And maybe we could just do DOGE. Yeah, so Dogecoin, Ethereum, Bitcoin, AVAX, they are all kind of recovering in very similar fashion right now. Put the live chart on there. I think it's safe to say we can breathe a little sigh of relief right now. Let's see here. So the DeFi projects are now starting to stabilize as well. They seem to be on the last to stabilize, but we are seeing some stability through the DeFi sector as well. Through the smaller market cap DeFis I'm looking at right now on a few different charts in front of me, those have not recovered yet. Those seem to be, I do anticipate them to recover, but they're looking, a lot of them are looking pretty gnarly still. They're not in recovery yet, but I do anticipate that the stability will trickle down to them. Mr. Lynn celebrating 2 months of membership. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. Buy the dip. 20,000 Doge more. Can you dig it? Yeah, so some people are wondering, why do you talk about Doge? We're kind of a Doge-centric channel. We have a lot of I attract a lot of Doge investors, and people are very bullish on Doge, but we're certainly not limited to Doge here. We just cover crypto in general, but while being mindful of the audience, including myself. I'm bullish on Doge as well. Steven bought any NFTs lately? No, I bought 0 NFTs. I've been talking about that a bit on my shows lately. I've been kind of cautioning people to kind of pull their purse strings and be a little bit more cautious now with their NFT investments. Just make sure you really like the art and you're ready to hold on to it for a long time, because I think the bubble is coming to a close in terms of the NFT market. I'm not saying that it's going to, everything's going to eat it. I don't think that. I think NFTs are here to stay, but I don't think we're going to see the numbers that we've seen from the NFT market over the last few months again for a long time. So let's see here. We're kind of going back and forth. Dogecoin is looking for some support right around the 16-cent line. Bitcoin right now, trying to look for a gateway to 48,000. Bitcoin right now trading at 47, about 47.5, 47.5. Look, folks, I'm just relieved that things chilled out here. It looked pretty dicey for a bit there. It looked like we were just going to keep free falling, like Tom Petty once said. What's your guys' favorite Tom Petty song? Mine is "Learning to Fly." Learning to Fly. Dan, who cares? Like, I don't understand. Like, I go onto other channels that every channel has like its different angle in terms of projects they're more bullish on than others. I just absorb it. I don't go in there and be like, well, I think AMP is crap. Why do you guys talk about AMP so much? Or why do you talk about this so much? Like, dude, just calm your tits and like just enjoy the vibe. If you're gonna get butt hurt because I'm bullish on Doge, then see your way out. Just see your way out. It's fine. I really don't care if you watch the channel or not. So you guys, we are kind of holding pretty steady here across the board, kind of at a sideways trading motion, starting at the top with Bitcoin being at 47,500, right around there. But I'm seeing a lot more buy orders come in, so it wouldn't surprise me if we saw Bitcoin reach back up to 48,000 within the next few minutes here. That's looking more and more probable. Dogecoin kind of struggling to just stay above 16 cents. I'm not too worried about it though, because when I've seen right down the board, all the way down the top 20, overall we are seeing a trajectory of stability, sideways trading with a little bit of recovery. That's what I'm seeing right now. Gremlin, are you guys still alive? Just checking in. I lost my shirt. You don't lose until you sell, my friend. You don't lose until you sell. Someone said "Running Down the Dream." Great song, Alan Schneider. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yeah, I love Tom Petty. I was pretty bummed when he died. I was pretty bummed. It was kind of unexpected too. I think everyone assumed that Tom Petty would be around at least a minimum of another 10 years, you know. And he was writing, recording, and touring hard right till the end. Oh yeah. Because people are listening to you and you're giving them advice. Everything comes with a disclaimer. Everyone's adults here. If you want to, relieve yourself of the responsibility of being an adult, that's on you, man. But literally, it's on the screen. It says not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm giving people entertainment. I'm giving them my opinions as I see it, and people can figure that into their strategy or not as they see fit. People are smart enough to make their decisions for themselves. Anyway, Dan, why are you still here, bro? Like, why are you still here? Like, just leave, bro. No one's forcing you. No one's forcing you to watch. Like, it's not a big deal. Just find another channel, dude. Get a life. So here we are, trading sideways. I don't think we're going to trade sideways much longer. Oh yeah, got the sell orders coming in. What I'm seeing happening, particularly at the top here with Bitcoin, I don't see it going much below 47,000 for the rest of the night. I'm going to bring the Bitcoin chart back up for a bit, just because everything obviously is happening from top down. As we know, we are still very much living in a Bitcoin dominant market, and will be for quite some time. And let me just give me a moment here, guys. There we go. There's the BTC. Okay. So, we'll see. All right, guys. We are headed. I think we're gonna. I think we'll probably just see some modest recovery until the morning kicks in. It wouldn't surprise me if once morning kicks in, we start to see more of a bullish recovery after people wake up. I think it's fair to assume that when people start waking up in the morning, I think we're probably going to wake up to a lot of. I think it's a higher probability that the people who wake up on more conventional schedules, there's going to be a lot of people buying the dip. I don't see a lot of panic sellers upon morning time tomorrow. Now, if we see the numbers that we had at the worst of this crash, by the time 8 a.m. rolls around, that might be a different story. I don't see that happening. I would say there's a higher probability of things, worst case scenario, kind of stabilizing where they are right now. People waking up to a 48,000 Bitcoin. And I think there's a lot of people out there that have been waiting for buy opportunity to this level. Let's see. Guys, if you're new here, you've been watching Steven Steele Live. I'm Steven Steele. It's great to have you with us. Feel free to subscribe. We've got an awesome community here, and I'd love to have you be a part of it. I stream nearly nightly, and I kind of have more of a talk show format. It's not your typical crypto channel. Tonight, obviously, we're just very focused on the flash crash that's taken place, so that's taken priority and precedent. But I also have a wide variety of awesome guests on here. I have Dogecoin developers. I have different authors and even journalists on here, and just different people in the crypto-centric space. And we have a good time here. And I'm usually flanked with a co-host, but Sadath, she's one of my co-hosts, and then Nick is my other co-host. Nick goes to bed really early, like he's on a senior citizen schedule. Nick is like asleep by 10 p.m. I'm from the Midwest. I'm in a large city in the Midwest. And where's everyone from? Where's everyone from here? You know, it's a good thing about these, when we experience something like this, we can experience it together. That's the great thing about the internet. And we can kind of talk each other through it, bounce ideas off each other, make sense of what's going on, and just grit through it. And so many times the cryptocurrency is such a roller coaster ride, isn't it? But when in doubt, zoom out. So you want to look at the coins that you're invested in, and you want to look at what the overall trajectory is of it since its inception, really. And most of the time you'll see a wild roller coaster, whether it's Bitcoin or Dogecoin or ETH or XRP or whatever you're into on that top 20. You're going to see a wild roller coaster ride. But just as long as that roller coaster ride is showing an ascendancy trajectory, it's all gravy, baby. It's all gravy. So it's just good to keep that in mind, keep that in perspective. Now let's see who we've got in the house. We've got Montana. We got Maine. We got Minnesota. We got New Jersey. We've got Philly. We've got Vegas. Vegas, baby. Vegas. That reminds me of one of my favorite movies, Swingers. A baby-faced, what's his name? Gosh, he's one of my favorites. His name is eluding me right now. Who starred in Swingers? Vince Vaughn. Duh. A baby-faced Vince Vaughn. And Swingers. Great movie. Really holds up the test time. I mean, it's quintessentially 90s when you watch it now, but it's holds up very well. Nebraska, I like it. I love it. Imperial Valley, California. East Bay, South Carolina, baby. Massachusetts, still up staring at the BTC. Are you down with BTC? Yeah, you know me. Who else do we got up in here? We got San Diego. San Diego's a lovely, lovely city. I used to tour a lot for a living as a recording artist, and I would DJ pretty regularly in San Diego. The spot where is eluding me. I wish I could think of it right now, but very pleasant city. Ireland, Norway. Yes, yes, great to have you. Have you heard Mary Jane's Last Dance by Tom Petty? Yes, great song, great song. Where else people from? LA, yes, I used to spend quite a lot of time. Alvin, I didn't know you're from Los Angeles. That's awesome. I used to spend quite a lot of time there. Got some fun memories there. Netherlands, awesome. Great to have you from the Netherlands, sir. North Korea, no way. Oregon. All right. Another East Bay. Oh, yeah, Donald Tabuki's from the East Bay. Nevada City, Cali, awesome, Joshua, welcome. Alaska, awesome. I love Alaska. I went there once. It's just gorgeous. I love it. I actually like winter Arctic vibes. I love snow. Sydney, Australia, awesome. We've got a lot of Aussies that watch this show. Actually, one of my co-hosts, Sadaf, she's from the Sydney area as well, Christian. And she'll be on in a couple nights, guys. I got Sadaf down for a couple dates coming up very soon. New Mexico, awesome. Denver, Long Island. Does anyone know why we were down? You must just got on, Alvin. I spent quite a bit of time speculating as to why, but I think it's kind of a multifaceted thing with all the mainstream media attention on the most recent variant. There's also Warren Buffett and his right-hand man flooding the market pretty heavily with statements earlier today saying they wish cryptocurrency never existed and that it was this terrible thing, and they praised the Chinese government for banning it and this sort of thing. And yeah, so I think it's a multifaceted reasoning behind that. Let's see. Is someone really from Starbase, Texas, or are you just pulling my chain, man? Ohio, I like it. What's that song by the Pretenders? I'm going back to Ohio. Good song. From the 805 Mama Crypto. You know, guys, I've got Doge in different area codes. St. Louis area, Toronto, Pennsylvania. I love it. I've got relatives in Pennsylvania, right outside of the Pittsburgh area. I actually like Pittsburgh. Yeah, it's a quaint city. I'm Norse. Awesome. Welcome, Norseman. Durban, South Africa. Welcome from South Africa. Orlando. Bang Stun from Orlando. Florida, the right stuff. Greetings from Turkey. Part-time is from Turkey. Welcome from Turkey. Walnut Creek sounds very pleasant. I kind of want to go to Walnut Creek. It sounds tasty. Sounds tasty and serene. Fresno, Cali. Meta Hero. I've heard good things about Meta Hero. I briefly looked at it. Looks like it's got some promise. I'm a fan of Meta Coin. MEDA. It's a DeFi project that I'm holding for a while, I think. C Energy. Thank you for the $10 super chat. Really appreciate that. We appreciate you, Steele. Appreciate you back, man. Thank you for supporting the channel. Thanks for helping me keep the lights on over here at Steele HQ. Sorry I missed your super chat, Donna. I've just seen it now. $5. Thank you, Donna. Tabuki. Recommend a state that has 4 seasons and snows a little in December. We're moving out of Cali. Need recommendations. Well, I've got your number. I can text you offline, Donna. But kind of in my neck of the woods, you get a lot of bang for a buck outside the city here that has all that stuff. Let's see, Detroit Rock City. Welcome to Detroit Rock City. Slade Blaze says, I love winter, snow, Arctic vibes. Originally from Minneapolis, Minnesota, so it's come natural. Yeah, that's I think that's technically has the coldest temperatures in the United States. I'm the same way. We're kind of in a minority of people that actually likes that stuff. Greetings from Mars. That's quite. You're the first person to live there. Congratulations. Red Rocks, Colorado. Keith, I didn't know you're from Red Rocks, Colorado. I love Red Rocks as a venue. Just probably the coolest venue I've ever been to. I saw Daft Punk play there in 2007. 2007. I saw Daft Punk play out there a live tour with their Big Pyramid in Berkeley, California, and then we flew the next day into that area and saw them play at Red Rocks that night. Good times. Central Valley, California. Mr. Boom, awesome. Another person from Turkey, awesome. Pensacola, awesome. Josh Randell coming with a $10 super chat. Appreciate you, Josh. Just got a nasty tiff with my old lady. Do you mean your mom or like your girlfriend? Thank you, Josh. Appreciate it, man. It's so funny. Bronx, someone's from the Bronx. Welcome. Dima, Colorado. I got to get back to Colorado. I briefly dated a very attractive girl from Colorado. She was one of those like VIP, like champagne, like room girls at clubs. Very gaudy, very gaudy. Doge Warriors. Let's see. Oakland, California. Awesome. What's up, Oakland? Daft Punk is fire. I concur. Washington, D.C. Alex is from. All right. Four Seasons in Maine. Snows a lot. Very cold. I love those small East Coast states. I really do. I like them. They just got their own vibe. Very quaint. Idaho. Awesome, awesome. Well, guys, it's so good to have you all with me here tonight, hanging out. Thank you for spending your late Friday night here. I know there's a lot of places you could be, but hope you're getting some out of this, if not at least some bit of entertainment as we keep a close eye on this flash crash. We're still not out of it, but we are showing stability. We are showing Bitcoin trading sideways comfortably a little bit above 47,000. Right now it seems to be, just refresh the chart. We're at about 47,600. Bullish momentum. Bunch of buy orders just coming in right now. Looking good. Looking good. I think we can expect to see some more green candles popping up here. I can't say with absolute certainty, guys, in this game. It's hard to be 100% certain about anything. But what I can tell you, it is appearing right now that the worst of it is probably over in relation to this flash crash. Could we see another round that drives the market down, drives Bitcoin down even under 47,000? Certainly it's possible. But I would start to put that in the more lower probability category. As we saw, at its lowest, I think Bitcoin got to about 46,000 even. Looked like it was headed towards 45. Then we started to see a recovery. And right now, we are in slow recovery as of now. Slow recovery. Let's take a look at what the rest of the market is doing. Guys, if you're brand new here, you're watching Steven Steele Live. I'm Steven Steele. It's great to have you. Feel free to subscribe. We've really got an awesome, cool community here, and I want you to be a part of it. So hit subscribe, hit all that notification bell. I stream 5 to 6 nights a week, and we just have a blast. We have a blast here. Even when the market's crashing, we have fun, don't we, guys? So Dogecoin right now is trading comfortably above 16 cents. Everything's looking like a modest recovery mode, starting at Bitcoin at the top. We are still down significantly, though, guys. No doubt about it. But it is appearing anyway. It is appearing at this time that the worst is behind us, and we're kind of just seeing the dust settle, right? We're kind of just looking around after the tornado hit us, and we're just seeing what's left. We're seeing what's left. And now we can start to clean up and recover. You okay? My dog she always likes to sleep on me while I'm live streaming. and she started making some noises. You could tell you know when you're who's the dog owner here? You know when your dog's dreaming, they start to make like crazy noises. When you can tell your dog's having a really intense dream. Gloria, she says she loves the Dogecoin. Gloria. Yes, you're in the right place, Gloria. We got a lot of Doge holders here for sure. Alvin coming in with a $10 to make a holler. Appreciate it. Right now, my crypto wallet is like an onion. When you open it, you want to cry. Oh my gosh, I know. I got a portfolio spread across 3 wallets, and just looking at them, it's just like, oh. What are you going to do? Sometimes it's best not to look, guys. And it's best not to look. It's best to close those wallets and not open them for a few days. My cat just started doing that the exact moment you said that, Ryan said. Oh my gosh. Well, let me see what other notes I had here. Don't worry, guys. We're going to keep covering this market crash. But I did have some other notes of stuff I was going to cover tonight. But we're definitely going to keep a... Here's kind of a fun one. This is kind of a funny news. Who's heard of the heavy metal band, old school heavy metal band, Megadeth? Megadeth just launched an official cryptocurrency called, guess what? Mega. Crypto sells, but who's holding? Reports Loudwire. Megadeth have gotten into the cryptocurrency game, releasing their official Megadeth coin, Mega, at an opening price of roughly 50 cents. The crypto boom has turned plenty of tech-minded folks into millionaires and even billionaires, and it seems like everyone with a brand wants to join in the gold rush. Megadeth coin doesn't seem to have a functional use like other coins that facilitate, but Mega will allow fans to gain access to exclusives and premium benefits. Cyber Army members can actually get some free Mega courtesy of the band, and Cyber Army members that hold Mega will unlock additional exclusive accesses and offers. It'll be interesting to see if anyone gets truly rich off Megadeth coin. Yeah, I like that. Peace sells, but who's buying? I think that was one of their biggest songs, right? Yes, so hard. Sorry to hear about your cat passing, Donna. That's tough. Yeah, but I think this is the beginning of a trend that we are going to see going forward. Various different large, prominent rock bands and artists offering cryptocurrencies and NFT collections as kind of gateways to VIP access to a lot of their happenings, ongoings, and merchandise, exclusive access kind of stuff. So I think we're going to probably see a lot more of this to come. I don't know if this is just a trend, though, or if this is something that's going to continue long term. Well, we'll have to see. I mean, I would imagine that the projects that last in that regard are ones that have large, significant, passionate fan bases. I think it's just that simple. Who remembers Judas Priest? Breaking the law, breaking the law, breaking the law. Yeah, and it turned out he was a little light in the loafers there. I think that surprised a lot of people, the front man. But then in hindsight, it all made perfect sense. You know what I mean? A lot of leather. A lot of leather. I want an Eddie Van Halen NFT. Oh, do they have any Eddie Van Halen NFTs? I really like old school Van Halen. Not so much Sammy Hagar Van Halen, but the David Lee Roth man. I think that'd be giving Matt Wallace a lot of credit there. Yeah, he and I are friends, but we definitely have a different approach in our presentation and the kind of content we do. Yes. Might buy more H-Bar and Crow. Probably not a bad idea. So let's see where Bitcoin is headed now, folks. I'm taking a look at the buy and sell orders coming in. Yeah, so we are still in steady recovery. Look at that, folks. Look at that. I'm going to go to the live ticker with a more scaled down chart, but it's nice to have the live ticker. Sorry about that. My Doge is barking away. Not sure what she's barking at, but yeah, we're headed towards 48,000 with Bitcoin pretty actively right now. This is a very, very good sign, by the way. Remy, calm down. It's okay, baby. So here we are. We're about to hit 48,000 with Bitcoin. What plop, plop, fizz, fizz. Oh, what a relief this is to see a continued bullish. Maybe bullish is not quite the right word, but I'm just starting to see some continued modest recovery here. I do think that we are probably have the worst behind us here. Fablo says, I've seen dips much worse than this. Doesn't even affect me anymore. Yeah, it's kind of where I'm at with it too. Those who've been investing in crypto, the longer you've been invested in crypto, the less this sort of thing affects you, you know? The less this thing sort of thing affects you. That's funny, Alan. Guys, it looks like we're about to hit 48K. So that's cool. Whatever she saw that set her off barking has passed, and now she's already sleeping again. I wish I could sleep that way. You know, there are people that can sleep on a drop of a hat. I really envy those people. They can just be like, all right, I'm going to take a nap now. I'm going to go sleep now. I'm a light sleeper. I'm such a light sleeper, I need to put in earplugs to get like the deep sleep. Adam says Christmas sale. Yeah, this is definitely qualifies. Black Friday again. The last time we had a flash crash, literally 1 week ago today, was also a Black Friday. Kind of an interesting pattern we got going on here. Dingus. Welcome, Dingus. Definitely a great sale. Definitely a great sale. Big sale, guys. Big sale. I would have bought, but I'm out of investment capital, folks. I just gotta hunker down with what I got and be happy with it for a while. Hump Deezy, welcome to the mix. Looks like a fair amount of you guys bought in the dip. Nobody can open their mouths more wide open than Matt Wallace in a thumbnail. I think I don't know anyone else that makes graphic art like my channel. It's definitely not the typical crypto-centric thumbnail artwork. Yeah, like I said, I stick with my original projection that I talked about the last two nights of my show. I said we can expect to see a downward trajectory followed by something rather bullish, starting as soon as this weekend, but sometime next week. That's originally what I said. Hump Deezy coming in with a $50 super chat. Awesome, thank you so much, man. Thank you for your generous super chat. It's donations like that make it possible for me to spend as much time on this as I do. I mean, I stream nearly every night, and that's why I'm able to do it. So thank you so much, Hump Deezy. Appreciate you, man. Says you're amazing. You are amazing. Right back, sir. By the way, Hump Deezy, how did that event go that you emceed this morning? Johnny Crypto says you have the best intro, Steven. Thank you. There's somebody that commented on one of my videos today that says, why is your intro so long? I'm like, I don't know. That's just how I like it. That's how I like it. Who remembers Eagles of Death Metal? Steven does. Yeah, I do remember them. I also know that one of our main regular community members here is the frontman of that band. He's on tour right now. I think he's in Ireland last time I checked. Great guy. Great guy. XRP news. Let's take a look at XRP. I know we got XRP holders out there. My my co-host, Sadaf, one of my co-hosts, she's very bullish on XRP. She just released an NFT line with a developer that's on the XRP blockchain. Pretty cool. So XRP is up about 5% over the last hour. Definitely, but it's down 25% over the last 24 hours. But it was down 30% about a half hour ago. So it's in recovery. It's in modest recovery like everything else. WXRP in Cincinnati. Remember last night we were singing Neil Diamond. That was a good one. I love Neil Diamond. What about Billy Idol? Any Billy Idol fans in here? That's also one of my favorite karaoke go-tos. I like Billy Idol because he's like, it's kind of like the punk rock Elvis in a way, you know? Kind of the punk rock Elvis. I saw him, he had this like show in Vegas for a while. And I went to Vegas for a few days and saw Billy Idol there. It was awesome. Let's see here. Yeah, White Wedding's great. Mana running now. Yeah, Mana's really running. I like Eyes Without a Face. I like White Wedding. I like Rock the Cradle of Love. All good stuff. Hey, little sister, what have you done? Hey, little sister, who's the only one? Hey, little sister, who's your Superman? Hey, little sister, who's the one you want? Hey, little sister, shotgun. Right? AC/DC, what's not to love? What's not to love about AC/DC? Yeah, Back in Black, the song Back in Black always gets me hyped. Yeah, Eyes Without a Face is the gem. Eyes Without a Face. Shock to the System. Now that's one I didn't see coming. It's a shock to the system. It feels good. All right. That's one you don't hear very often, but Shock to the System was one of his later singles in the 90s. I love David Bowie. I actually love even newer. I listen to a lot of his more recent works too. It's pretty underrated in my opinion. Another song talk about young, yeah, Rock the Cradle of Love, yeah, obviously. That was a very common theme back in the day, rock and roll songs. Gen X was great. That was his first band. Gen X was awesome. Oh, thanks. Yeah, Eyes Without a Face is really good. It's got super awesome lyrics. Rock the Cradle of Love. Let's look up the lyrics to that one. It's a little spicy. It's a little spicy. Oh yeah. Rock the Cradle of Love. That's kind of nutty. Rock the Cradle of Love. I rock the cradle of love, yeah, the cradle of love. Don't rock easily, it's true. Well now, it burned like, oh yeah, it burned like a ball of fire. When the rebel took a little child bride to tease you, yeah. So go easy. I don't think you could get away with that song today. I think you'd get canceled writing that song today. Diamond Hand 69 coming in with $5 to make you holler. Appreciate that. Appreciate the super chat. Rumor is that Josh Rendell disavows, bought the dip, saved us from the crash right now. Wow, he'd have to have some serious capital to save us all from the crash. Thank you, Diamond Hands. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Someone going by the name Ross Nickel. I don't know if it's the real one, but he says, I mean, if we only look at like the last hour, the market's great. I wonder if that is Ross or not. Yeah, that's funny and so true. Maybe I should just go to like the 5-minute chart, and then we can just live in a bubble of our own delusional optimism. Josh Randell disavows coming in with a $10 make you holler. Appreciate it, Josh. Appreciate it, man. Diamond Hand 69. I only put 10 billion in, bro. Is that all? Is that all? You guys are wildin'. You guys are wildin'. Serial Shiller definitely bought the dips. Johnny Crypto, I was the credit banker to several celebs, including Bowie and Sting. Is that true, Johnny Crypto? That is wild, man. That is really cool. Hang on, I'll Twitter DM you. Ross, if you DM me on Twitter right now from your verified account, I will believe that it's you. Because I've had many Ross imposters. I've had many Ross imposters. I will await your Twitter DM, sir. Look at that, guys. It's him. That is the real Ross Nickel. See? Here, I'll show you. It's pretty... it's blurry. But it's him. Yeah, Ross Ross met DM me on Twitter. He says, it's actually the real me for once. Yes, so ladies and gentlemen, we've got the real Ross Nickel in the chat tonight. Those of you who aren't familiar with Ross, he is a brilliant guy. He's a core Dogecoin contributor, developer, whatever, since 2013. We had him on the show here a couple times. Most recently, when was that, Ross? About, well, almost like a month ago, I think, already. Time flies. But Ross is an awesome dude. Definitely has become a friend of mine. A great friend of mine over the last 6 months or so. He's just great. Can't wait to have Ross back on the show again. I know the audience here loves it whenever Ross is able to make it. Bang Stun celebrating 7 months of membership. Thank you, Bang Stun. Everybody Bang Stun tonight. Can't super chat, buying the dip. No problem, my friend. Guys, if you're not able to super chat, no worries. No worries. I understand. But thank you, Bang Stun. Appreciate your continued support, bro, and you always turn it out. Ross, a gentleman and a scholar. Absolutely. I was inspired by Roth's hat styling, and I superimposed a Christmas top hat on my my avatar earlier in the holiday spirit. Steven, have you ever heard the song Major Tom by Peter Schilling? Fun fact, he also recorded a version in German. Sounds way cooler on YouTube. I'm totally familiar with that song. Great song. Obviously a song about David Bowie. Yeah, great song. I feel like I did hear it in German once, but I forgot. I know 99 Red Balloons by Nina. That was often played in German. I looked up the lyrics to Major Tom, and it gave them to me default in German. I can't find the English lyrics. What the heck? Oh, there it is. Earth below us, drifting, falling, floating, weightless, calling. I'll spare you the rest. Hopefully I didn't make your pets howl. Kyle S. coming in with celebrating 4 months of membership here on the channel. Thank you for that, Kyle. Appreciate you, man. Thank you for being here for us tonight, Steven. That's what I do, man. That's what I do. You're very welcome, Kyle. Thanks for your continued support. What's Ross saying here? I presume some sort of market sixth sense. It's about 7 a.m. here, so I'm not hugely awake. Woke up a bit early. Shaking off those cobwebs. That's right. I'm a night owl, obviously. Ross is across the pond, and he's consequentially about 6 hours ahead. 6 hours ahead. So he's just waking up. He's just waking up to Steven Steele Live. I love it. Josh Randell disavows coming in with $10 make you holler. I've never said I was Bezos. I've just maintained that I have a serious receding hairline. And Musk is kicking my ass in the space race. Just a coincidence. We've never seen Josh Randell and Jeff Bezos at the same place at the same time. It's all coming together now, Josh. It's all coming together now. Oh, we got the spam coming in the chat. Do you think Nick is still a Doge millionaire? I know that he is. Yeah, Nick invested about 10K into Dogecoin in 2014, so do the math. He's still doing okay. Guys, if you're new here, you've been watching Steven Steele Live. I'm Steven Steele. Just kind of been covering this market flash crash and just hanging out and being silly. Hope you're enjoying things. Hope you're getting something out of it. Feel free to hit subscribe, hit that notification bell. We've got an awesome community here. Honestly, I couldn't ask for a better group of folks that tune into this show. I would love to have you be a part of it, so feel free to subscribe. Let's click back over to a more detailed charting. Looks like we are comfortably headed towards 48,000. We'll probably hit that in the next few minutes here, folks. Great news. I think that the worst of us is behind us in terms of what the flash crash has done, where it's going. We're kind of just picking up the pieces in the aftermath here, surveying this all together, folks. Surveying this all together here. Zombie Doge Army tuning back in. Yes, indeed. So yeah, the Megadeth coin is now out. It's called Mega. That's not an endorsement. Invest at your own risk, guys. Let's see what else we got here. This was a pretty thoughtful article, surprisingly, by the Motley Fool in relation to Avalanche, AVAX. You guys know that I'm pretty bullish on AVAX. The title of the article is, Could Buying Avalanche Make You a Fortune? Avalanche has already made early buyers a lot of money with 34x returns over the last 12 months. The key to success is Avalanche's triple blockchain architecture. It's quite possible that Avalanche could keep its winning ways with increased adoption in its platform. Here's why it might keep going. Coming into 2021, AVAX was relatively little known crypto, market cap of less than 300 million. Fast forward today, Avalanche is now over 27 billion. Trying to get to the meat of this. Okay, here it is. Though we don't expect Avalanche to deliver another 34x gain over the next year, as it has in the previous 12 months. If it did that, it would be a bigger than any other cryptocurrency in the market right now, other than Bitcoin. Possible, not probable. Totally agree. It's also important to note that Avalanche's success going forward is joined at the hip with other broader acceptance of cryptocurrencies in general. While I fully expect continued momentum for crypto, there's always possibility that could shortchange. However, it's looking that Avalanche could very well generate big returns still going forward. I tend to think that's the case. I think there's a lot of room yet still on Avalanche. Like I said, when I first started talking about Avalanche, I said expect it to go 3 to 5x within the next several months. Right now, it's close to 3x since I first started talking about it. So today, notwithstanding, however. We already hit 48 a few months ago. It dropped again. Not sweat it. Yeah. I wouldn't sweat it. Don't sweat the technique. I received actual Dogecoins in the mail. Okay. Very interesting. Very interesting. Yeah, a lot of Decentraland investors in here as well. If you got in on Mana early, you're probably pretty pleased with yourself, frankly. You got it. Thanks for tuning in, Joe. Appreciate it, man. We'll see you next time. All right. Well, it looks like we are in slow but modest recovery here, guys. Mama Crypto finally getting off of work here. She'll be lurking on her drive home. What do you think Ethereum Classic will do next year? Alex, I think the games for Ethereum Classic will probably, now this is just my opinion, it's all subject to, market volatility, but my opinion is I think Ethereum Classic's more than likely a good long-term hold. I don't think it's going to be as good as an Ethereum hold, but I still think it's definitely going to have its moments with plenty of opportunity to profit. But as far as giving you exact end of years or 12 months, like I can't speculate. Do you think Elon bought the dip? I don't think he cares. I mean, the guy's so wealthy. I think his relationship with cryptocurrency is just one to try to make the world more interesting. Be quiet, Artifact. Be quiet, Artifact. Yes. Now that we're starting to stabilize, we're going into the twilight hours. About 10 to 1 a.m. in the morning here in my neck of the woods. If you're out on that west coast, you're definitely riding 2 hours earlier. Of course, you're in the east coast or Florida. You are a true Doge after darker as you head towards the 2 a.m. hour. All right. And I think we'll probably start. I think more than likely people will wake up to Bitcoin closer to 50K. That's what I would guess at this point, guys. The way things are headed, if this current trajectory keeps up, I think that's pretty reasonable conclusion to make. Yes, indeed. Yeah, particularly right now, sand is at a pretty optimal buy-in price. It was really cool of Ross Nickel to chime in here. Great guy. I always get there's 3 different profiles that go by Ross Nickel, so I didn't think it was him. Steven Steele, what happened to Doge after dark? I'll tell you what happened. It turned into Steven Steele Live. And the reason why I kind of went in that direction with the name of the show more is because I don't always just talk about Doge, and I don't want there to just be an assumption that that's all I talk about. And I kind of have more of just a talk show format. And it's basically a talk show where I just happen to be into dog money and crypto, but I like going on a lot of, as you guys know, on a lot of non-Doge related tangents as well. And I can hear my upstairs neighbors shagging right now. Hope they're having a good time. Steven Steele's Dirty Diana. What? Dirty Diana! By Michael Jackson. All right, gang. Well, let me take a look at my notes here and see if there's anything else I wanted to get to. We want Sadaf. Sadaf will be back in I think she'll be here on the 6th, you guys. So the day after tomorrow. Okay, I'll indulge you guys with one last topic for the night. It's in the thumbnail. What are the best science fiction movies of all time? Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to list your favorite science fiction movies of all time here. I've got a pretty solid list from Esquire magazine. that have about the 30, what they consider to be the 30 best science fiction films of all time, listed in descendancy from oldest to newest. Okay. 1959, Planet Nine from Outer Space. I love that. If you guys haven't seen that, that was from the legendarily awful director Ed Wood. And actually, Johnny Depp played Ed Wood in a movie kind of sort of documentary about his career. But it's an awesome, crappy B movie. It's so it's so good. It's so good for a number of reasons. Actually, these aren't in descending order. They're kind of in jumbled order from new and old. So, let's see what you guys are saying in the chat. Total Recall is great. Total Recall. Surprisingly, the remake with Colin Farrell is better than I thought it was going to be. Don't get me wrong, it's nowhere near the original, but it's better than I thought it was going to be. Lord of the Rings, Weird Science, yes. Them is great. You guys, all great picks in the chat, guys. Another one on this list was Rogue One, Star Wars. I haven't been a big fan of the new Star Wars movies, but I think Rogue One was pretty good. Out of the new ones, I thought Rogue One was probably the best one, so I think that's pretty good. Them is on the list. Them's on the list from 1954. Great mid-50s, like super bad B movie. It's really good though. It's about like the Earth being attacked by giant ants. That's pretty awesome. What else on the list is Close Encounters of the Third Kind, 1977. Pretty brilliant film, I gotta say. Steven Spielberg. See what else you guys say in the chat. Dark City. When the Earth Stood Still. The Thing. Good one. The Thing. John Carpenter. I love John Carpenter. Men in Black. I like Men in Black. Sorry to Bother You. 2018. That's on this list. Have you guys heard of this? I've never heard of Sorry to Bother You. High Life, 2019. Never heard of it. Also on this list. You guys seen that? It's about, starring Claire Danes. She's aboard a spaceship filled with a motley crew of criminals sentenced to death. They're being experimented on by Dr. Dibbs and her magic wanking machine. In the pursuit of successful artificial insemination. Oh, sounds interesting. Metropolis. That's got to be on the list. 1927. If you guys haven't seen Metropolis, it's just absolutely brilliant. Jurassic Park's on the list. The OG Jurassic Park, pretty good. Steven Steele, we want Esteban on your show. It says Esteban. Ooh, Starship Troopers. Good picks. Flight of the Navigator, another good pick. You guys got a lot of good ones in here. Escape from New York, Snake Plissken, of course. They Live. Yes, with Roddy Piper. Excellent movie. Planet of the Apes. Excellent. Flash Gordon. Flash. He saved every one of us. Queen did the theme song to that. Demon Seed sounds naughty. The Fifth Element is on here from 1997, starring Bruce Willis. The Man Who Fell to Earth, starring none other than David Bowie from 1976. Silent Running, that I haven't seen, but I've heard of that one. That's on 1972. Nearly all plant life is dying on Earth, so the powers that have to be fired samples as many, whatever. But it sounds interesting. Arrival, 2016. I remember wanting to see that one, but I didn't get to it. Anyone seen Arrival from 2016? Is it any good? Ooh, The Day the Earth Stood Still, 1951. Great pick. Not the Keanu Reeves remake from 2012, the OG. Ooh, Logan's Run. Dracula Sucks. I see what you did there. I used to have a t-shirt that said that, Dracula Sucks. Blade Runner's on the list. It's got, of course, I'd be very shocked if it wasn't. That's one of my favorite movies of all time. I've talked about it with Ross, actually. We're both pretty fond of the film. 2001, Space Odyssey, 1968. Back to the Future, 1985. I love it. It's a pretty good list. The Terminator. The Terminator. Put that cookie down now! I love The Terminator. Can't beat that. Star Wars: New Hope, 1977. Fair. First Matrix? Sure. Alien, the first Alien. Who's seen the first Alien? Very intense. Sigourney Weaver's brilliant in that whole series. 1979 Alien. Weird Science is great, by the way. I love Weird Science. Weird Science is in my outro. I will be playing the outro tonight, by the way. And I got a few small funny excerpts from that movie on my outro. When they're, customizing her figure. Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. I didn't care for that one. Starring Jim Carrey, 2004. I thought it was a bit pretentious and jarring to watch. I didn't enjoy it. I know a lot of people really like it. I'm not one of those people. Inception, 2010. I'm about to say something a bit controversial. I'm not the biggest Christopher Nolan fan. Not the biggest Christopher Nolan fan. I'm not saying it was bad. It was good. It's just not my jam. Solaris, 1972. Invasion of the Body Snatchers, great movie, 1956. You haven't seen it? Rent it tomorrow. Thank me later. Yeah, Idiocracy. I guess that would be science fiction. Yeah, that's a great movie. Prophetic, right? Wrath of Khan, good one. RoboCop. RoboCop's great. RoboCop. Dead or alive, you're coming with me. Good stuff. Ex Machina, 2015, great film. If you guys haven't seen Ex Machina, great film. Super well done. Westworld, not the TV show, but the TV show is good. But this is what it was all based off of. 1973, great film. Alphaville, 1965. A new wave band from the 80s was named after Alphaville. They did Forever Young, the song. Yeah, pretty good list there, honestly. Pretty good list. Someone says Gatorade. Is that a movie? Waterworld, oh my gosh. That's with Kevin Costner. That got lampooned by the critics. The critics hated Waterworld. I actually saw... I'm dating myself in it here, but I went to see, with a couple of my friends and some girls, we all went to see a double feature drive-in with Waterworld and Spice World, starring the Spice Girls. It's actually a lot of fun. True Lies. Tell me lies, tell me sweet little lies. Freddy vs. Jason, pretty good, pretty good. Soylent Green, our people! Our people! Mad Max Beyond the Thunderdome. That is the main influence of the design of the Cybertruck, by the way. All right, gang. Guys, Barbarella. Barbarella, that's where Duran Duran, the band, that's where they got their name from. There's a sex doctor in Barbarella called Duran Duran. He's a doctor. He specializes in pleasuring women through like a device, like a machine. Oh, it's such a great movie though. But the name of that doctor is Duran Duran. That's where those guys got their name from. It's pretty brilliant, actually. Pretty brilliant name for a band. Omega Man, good stuff. Cocoon. You guys got great taste in movies, honestly. Whenever I do like favorite best of movies, you guys always are spouting off lots and lots of good ones. Let's see what is the Bitcoin doing? Yeah, still hanging out, trying to get to 48,000, but showing some stability now. Guys, I'm going to wind this one down. Been going we're at 1 a.m. I've been going since 12:30, about 2.5 hours. Anyway, thank you so much. I love you guys. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. Thanks for hanging out with me. I hope you had fun. You know, that's the thing. Even when we go through these crashes together, these market downturns, we still stay positive. We still have fun. And that's what it's all about. Isn't that right, Remy? Isn't that right? So Remy says good night as well. Guys, thank you so much. And if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. I stream almost every night. Love to have you back. Love to have you be back a part of this community. Thanks again. Until next time, guys. This is Steven Steele signing out.